chosen ones, these narcissists prey on us from afar. But there's a severe backfire, severe backlash and consequence from preying on us. This is what happens to the narcissist. And it made me think of a thing that happened to me when I was younger, when I stumbled upon this subject. There was a man that moved to the area when I was about 11, and there was plenty of children, kids around the area, different ages, some teenage, some, but I used to hang around with them and stuff like that. And this man began to prey on us, not in a sexual way or anything like that, but in a very sadistic way. And he kind of lured us all in with drugs, weed and stuff like that, nothing worse than that. And this was someone who was an older man who was luring us in, right? But I looked very young, and he kind of sought me out of the rest of them, right? And he began manipulating and whatnot a young child, and influenced me to get involved in the activity. So to begin running around for him, selling things, running around and doing stuff. And you know, I remember he used to charge us for cigarettes, charge us for papers, charge us for these things. He tried to get people on worse drugs like cocaine and things like that. I don't want any judgments from this story, but just hear me out. I'm not condoning what I'd done. It wasn't right what I'd done either, but it's just looking at it from a higher perspective. And this individual was here, set up, had us all orbiting around him, you know, draining us dry of our resources, of our money. I was making a bit of money, but I was just spending it just as fast because he wasn't teaching me any method to saving money or anything like that. It was just I was spending it or smoking it or whatever. And it got to a point I didn't realize, but someone else must have one day went to his house to rob him, right? And he blamed me for it. He blamed me for it because it was meant to be one of my friends that went there. And I remember he had me cornered I was probably about 12 now, 12, like 13. So like grade 7, year 7 of school. And he was saying, he was threatening me, saying he was going to kill my dad or my sister. And he was threatening me saying, you put my family in danger. It was you. You save who do you save? Your dad or your sister? They're both on a cliff. They're both gonna go to the edge. Who do you save? And I said, I'll save both of them. Now, he was getting so frustrated because I wouldn't give in to his questioning. I was a little bit scared and stuff. But at the same time, I was innocent. I didn't know what happened. But he was blaming me, you know. And I ended up storming out the house. I said, I'll go away, whatever. I'd save both of them, go away. And I remember he had a phone, because I had the phone that I used to use. I used to run the phone around, like where the calls for the stuff would come in from, and I would go around on my BMX or whatever. And then he was saying, you're over. Well, another time he was saying, you're overdue on your bill. Yeah, I need the money back. And he was trying to lure me back in. I said, forget it, whatever, I'm not giving you that back. Like, this guy blamed me for what happened to him. It was his own thing. And this is what I mean about there's severe consequences. So he come around the area, thought he was God's gift, thought he could manipulate lots of children, thought he could get them on drugs and do these things. But yet God's there and the universe is there to show him a wrath. Yeah, there's always someone bigger. There's always someone that will put you in danger. And then someone come along and put him in danger. Had him on the square, had him scared, yeah? Had him curtain twitching in his house, scared he's about to get robbed, yeah? And this is, like, I'm not condoning anything that happened, The guy feared his family, he feared the security of his family and stuff. I totally can empathize with that. But I can't empathize, I'm not going to empathize with actually coming around to an area and manipulating a lot of young children. It's very weird. It's very weird. And this man was probably like, I was about 11. This man was probably in his 40s. Like, who does that? Who does that to children? You know, it's preying on the economic struggle of children in our culture. Or if you're from a poor area and stuff like that, it's preying on the weak. It's preying on, you know, and this is what they do, but it comes back on them. And just going back to what we usually talk about, this is what the narcissist does with us, but in a relationship form, or a parental form, or a friendship form, you know. They come along and they prey because they see something's going for you. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but they see something's going for you. And it seems to be that I'm always sought out in friendships that I've had with people who are like psychopaths and narcissists. They've always sought me out and picked me out, right? And it's not because I'm easily manipulated. It's because there was a substance there. It's because there was an essence there. And it's because they see potential of manipulation, further manipulation, and they prey on that. And they prey on my good spirit, and they prey on my intellect, and they prey on that and exploit it, you see. And this is what has happened in most of these situations, which has probably happened to you yourself. I'm not saying that you went exactly what I went through in the story that I said at the beginning, but I'm saying you would have probably, you can extract something from that, you know, because it's like these people that will prey on young girls, you know. They prey on young girls from afar, you know. I'm not saying like pure paedophile, but they prey on young girls and vulnerable women, or, you know, and they prey on them when they're young. And I'm not saying it's a major age gap, but I'm saying it's not a paedophile, but it's enough to be grooming. It's enough to be grooming us, like, you know. And this is what they do. And, you know, in those situations, people that do prey on young girls, like pedophiles and stuff, there's severe implications from that, because a wrath will come, they'll get caught, or they'll go to prison, or certain things will happen to them, you know, or they're outcasted from society. So there's a severe backlash that happens to them, you know, and that's why they want to keep you asleep. They always want to keep you asleep to the fact that they're a predator. They always want to keep you asleep to the fact that they're preying on you, you know. They always appear to come across in a friendship or relationship or parental figure like they're caring, like they know, like they want what's best for you, you know. But it's not that. They're exploiting us. So we have to be aware of, moving forward, that we don't allow another situation to arise like this. Because in a relationship, it's the same thing. It might have been intimate. It might have been like that. It might have been a bit different. There might have been good times. There might have, you know. But this was still an individual that sought you out from the rest of the crowd, that picked you, that manipulated you to thinking that you're falling in love, that manipulated you to think and future fakes with you and promised you a future, yeah, that love bombed you only to devalue you sooner than later. Or straight in between the love bomb, they're adding bits of devaluation in there so it gets you chasing the love bomb, you know. This is what they do. And there's a wrath of that as well. It will come in another way. Karma comes back for them, and it hunts them down. They're held accountable for everything that they've done, you know. And oftentimes in the relationship, I'm not saying karma will come back to them like in my story that I mentioned about where the man got robbed and they went to rob him and stuff, and he got scared. this is more like it comes back to haunt them when they move on. Most likely in relationships wise, when the narcissist gets to the point of moving on and leaving you and going to where they think the grass is greener, and they go to monkey branch to the new supply, they often, this is their wrath when they're faced with another narcissist, or they're faced with another psychopath, and they're faced with someone just as toxic as they are, and this causes them to want you back. It causes them, this is the karma that comes to them, and it leaves them in a grieving state where they've made such a mess of the situation between yourselves that it's beyond repair, it's beyond reconciliation, you know. Like, the narcissist that I was with made such a mess of the situation that they can't approach me in physical form. They can't approach me in their physical body. Like, they can't approach me one-to-one. They know it's game over. I made a video earlier about when the narcissist, basically, I can't remember the title, sorry, but there's a point in time when the narcissist realizes they messed with the wrong one. You know, there's a point in time when the narcissist realizes they messed with the wrong one, and it happens through the relationship. When they realize this, they realize it very soon on that they're messing with the wrong one, and they try harder and harder and harder to exploit you and get you to their way. And that's why when you fully awaken and we go forward and we awaken to what we are, and we become a super empath, a chosen one, and we thrive in our empathetic abilities to the top and to our peak. And after the relationship, when we get our stride back and we get stronger and we become more resilient and we have better discernment, this is the crucial step to crush the narcissist. You know, this is the backlash too. This is the severe consequence and the backfire that happens to them, because they were preying on us the whole time, but their preying didn't work. The backfiring comes through us, and it comes through us when we step it up a gear, you know. So I hope this is some form of healing and like a plaster or something to the wounds that you're feeling in your bodies, you know. I hope it can bring some, this message today can bring some relievement of the wounds that you face. But I don't want you to be caught up on those wounds anymore, you know. I want you to not look at the life as this dark and gloomy, and just remember that you're destined for something better. It doesn't matter what age you are, you're destined for something better. These people come along and preyed on us and exploited us, and we're destined to find someone better and to find our divine counterpart, empath, chosen one, someone that's a similar way of thinking and stuff like that, you know. That's what we should be aiming for, and we should be aiming also to be finding our purpose and to be working hard on finding our purpose, and healing from this abuse. You know, healing is a long journey that you need to go down. Some heal quicker than others, but for me it's been quite a long journey that I had to go down to fully be replenished, to fully get back to who I was before, you know. So don't worry, man, tomorrow comes. Each day will get easier, you know. I'm not saying time heals, but each day you'll learn how to deal with it a bit better. But break the trauma bond, break the soul tie, break from the narcissist. This person preyed on you, they exploited you, they didn't have good interests for you, they didn't have good intentions towards you, they aimed to bring you down, and you standing strong and allowing God and the universe and karma to give them the backfire, yeah, to give them the backlash, will be done through you in a relationship form, by you getting back to who you were before and by you standing strong. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. Please press the like and the subscribe button, and if you want a one-to-one session, you can find the details in the description box. Anyway, I'll catch you all soon. Peace.